Welcome to SAP for Beginners, Chapter 7. Today we will talk about one important component of SAP, which is SAP ABAP program, which is commonly called as SAP ABAP. SAP is a software or a system which has been developed based on more than 30-40 years of exclusive R&D implementation in different places, different industry vertical, and it is expected that any organization who buys SAP, he will adopt those best practices which are inherent in SAP. But the business situation sometimes is different, and it is necessary for us to customize the SAP program to suit some of the business need. And for doing that customization, SAP provides some sort of exit, some sort of customable code which can be configured and make a custom code in place of a standard code. For instance, to give an example, the standard SAP report may include certain fields which are commonly required for all business. But for any particular business, there may be necessity we include some more information in the same report. Now to do that, it is necessary that somebody needs to dig dive into different table, pick up those fields from those tables and bring them in forefront so that when the report is run, along with the standard data, those data also come up. Or so we develop one custom report instead of a standard report. So this activity is done using the ABAP program. SAP also allows us to modify a transaction which is a standard transaction to some extent to include certain functionality in the same transaction to be done. For instance, in production planning module, if somebody implement a manufacturing execution system or MES, when the raw material is consumed, that consumption happens in MES. But if that MES consumption needs to be reflected in SAP, it is necessary we create a table in MES and we create a Z table in SAP or custom table in SAP and introduce the connectivity using some kind of interface program. So there are many such examples, and for that purpose ABAP programming becomes necessary. ABAP actually has traveled a long distance, and today with S4 HANA the ABAP has become so generic that even the SAP, the data services, the business services, and the behavior definition, all of them can be taken together. However, if somebody wants to develop the skill set of developing ABAP programming, there are a lot of programs, lot of tutorials, lot of technical details available which people can use. But one of the fundamental thing one must know before writing ABAP program, you should know very deep knowledge of the tables, and there must be a trade-off as too much changes actually lost the basic SAP flavor also. I will take you through some of the conception which are normally used in SAP. First, I will talk about something called SAP BAPI. SAP BAPI or remote function call RFC is used between two systems, which is one SAP system and which is a non-SAP system. So we can use a BAPI or remote function call and take the data to and fro from between those two systems. It's a ABAP program which we write, and very quite often we need to write wherever some kind of integration needs to be done. Although today there are a lot of integration platforms has been developed by SAP, like for instance CPI has been developed, SAP PI has been developed, but BAPI gives the easiest way to take certain information from SAP out or enter certain information from somewhere. Similarly, there is another thing which is called SAP Body. SAP Body also provides similar kind of interface. Only thing is, Body has a capability to connect with SAP as well as non-SAP system in a particular manner, whereas BAPI can be more generic. Then uh, and actually the advantage of body is you can create different body and you can develop a complete enhancement of an application so that both the systems are always in sync. Then we talk about something called SAP BDC. BDC is batch data control. So what is batch data control? Suppose we need to upload lot of bulk of data at one go into SAP table. Instead of entering one by writing a select command, we can use the batch data control, and we can create an event. On a particular event, that batch data, the whole bulk data can be uploaded. SAP also provides through ABAP programming to write some kind of user exit. User exits are not exactly ABAP, but they are actually where between the standard screen of SAP, you can use some kind of exit and you can create a functionality which is necessary for the SAP. I have not given a picture for SAP custom code because SAP custom code is a very detailed process of writing a web program. However, if some of you who is interested to make a career out of ABAP, definitely need to go through it. And writing SAP ABAP program is a skill. How good you write, that determines how better you are managing the SAP software. Let us stop here on the above, and in the next session, I will talk about the new generation SAP, that is SAP HANA, and also SAP Analytics. So let us stop here. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you for attending this.